I've been doing the work, shall we say, with Maya for the last 2 years. In the past, I always felt like quite heavy and quite low and constantly just trying to sort of pick myself up and putting on a brave face. And it just got to the point in my life where I just felt sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. I had a lot of stomach problems. I had a lot of lower back problems. My body always felt, especially like my arms, my whole body just always felt really tired, really worn out, overworked. Even with cutting out and eliminating foods, I was constantly getting sick all the time or run down, and a lot of it was to do with like the foggy head all the time, and my work was one of my biggest things. I was addicted to working. I used to love working. I used to get drained out with people though. So I got in touch with Maya, and Maya sort of did this consultation with what I wanted to achieve out of this and how I wanted to feel. In the beginning, I didn't want to answer those questions. I didn't understand what those questions had anything to do with how I was feeling, right? And some of these questions that come up, it kind of like took me back to, for me, like being a 3-year-old, boundaries with people, relationships. And when I was doing some of the work with Maya, she was just asking me questions and helping me verbally share how I was feeling. And when I was answering her question, I could see the pattern in it. I could see in myself this pattern that I was creating. And then Maya, the only way I can describe it, literally has reset my brain. I could feel the shifting within those 12 weeks. I could feel the difference in my relationships with my family, relationships with my friends, my relationship with my daughter, and my relationship with my work. Sometimes I can't explain how I'm feeling or what I'm going through, and I can honestly say this from therapists that I've had, healers, all this stuff, you know, shamans. I feel like Maya, hand on my heart, is the only one that can really understand and feel where you're coming from. Even if you're struggling to get your words out, Maya will get it out of you. Like even like the meditations that she does, it's very raw, it's very to the point, and I feel like I can listen to meditations but none of them actually sort of sink in. Whereas when I've been doing my meditations with Maya as well, it's like certain parts of my body tingle and you go on a journey, but you feel like, I've done meditations with Maya via the phone, and I can feel like I'm being lifted and literally like pulled up into the air, put back down again, with a different outlook. And then over the weeks, it was like money started flowing in. I become more confident with money. I become more confident with people, my own boundaries. I started feeling lighter. My body wasn't as stiff. And I could feel my it's almost like my brain was reprogramming itself. The way I was thinking, the way I was working, the relationships and stuff. I've just become a better person overall. Like I've got a better, like I keep saying, I've got a better relationship with my other half. I'm a much better mother. I'm a much calmer mother. I've healed relationships and put closure to relationships that I thought I already had done. So how I am 2 years on now, it's like I become so aware of old patterns, old habits, people. I've become really sensitive to certain types of people, situations. I've learned how to remove myself from that situation rather than being in it and carrying it and I used to get really angry. I used to get so wound up over things, so wound up. Or I didn't know how to say my opinion or value myself. That was a big thing. I didn't know how to value myself. And it's amazing because it's like I'm the same person, but I feel completely different. I feel so different. And I think, I honestly think that was down to the 12-week program that I did with Maya. As I keep saying, it's like my brain is reprogrammed. I don't hardly get sick anymore at all, really. My sleep is so much better. I had a very busy lifestyle. You can imagine I've got a daughter as well. I was always on the go. Whereas now I feel like I've got the same hours in the day, but I've got more time on my hands. I feel much calmer. I can sleep a lot better. I never used to be able to get into bed and fall asleep. Whereas I've learnt now A lot of Maya's bedtime meditations, I just thought a bedtime meditation was not for me. But there's a couple that she sent me that it kind of like closed down my brain. I can't explain it, but it's like she was helping me close down my brain from my day, because I'm very active and got a lot going on. It was like my brain was even getting a rest, because you know, sometimes you can have a good night's sleep but you actually feel like you haven't slept that much. And I think with my brain, it was so active in the night, so I needed that to help calm my brain down so I could get a quality good night's sleep. And then what I did start noticing is I started naturally waking up like super early. So for example, I used to go to bed probably around midnight, maybe 1, 2 o'clock, wake up about 6, 7. Obviously that's not enough sleep. These days I go to bed around 9 p.m, 10 p.m, and I'm up naturally. It's the best feeling, waking up and before your alarm, not having to set an alarm to wake up. When you're starting your day like that, and then Maya helped me like create this little ritual that I still do to this day now. 2 years on, I still have my little ritual in the morning that I really look forward to. All these little tips that she helped put into my ritual, it's just a great way for me to start my day. So I'm getting much better quality sleep. I'm having to fit in a little ritual in my morning, which is just beautiful. And I've also learned now how to calm my brain down, how to close my brain, calm it down before I get my good night's rest. And in one word, if I had to describe my experience with working with Maya, I would say just a transformation completely. Yeah, just a transformation. And I would recommend this to anybody, even if you're not sort of stuck in a bit of a rut, or even if you're feeling really, really good about yourself, I would still go and see Maya. I just can't recommend this enough to anybody. For me, it has been life-changing. It's the only way to describe it, really. Life-changing and liberating.